go. Let's fucking go.
Finally figured it out. Holy
For
get
real.
snacks.
Howdy. Welcome to this week's episode of Vikings, Outlaws, and Cowboys. I'm your host, JT, or Viko the Bearded One. I did that one backwards today. Man.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Is it backwards day?
It's backwards day.
It's
And of course,
backwards
as
day.
always, I'm joined by his bouginess, Alex the Jarl Martinez. How's it going, dude?
Man, good.
Howdy.
It is late night
Yeah.
podcast night.
Oh, yeah. Well, as usual, when we get together, we usually hang out and drink. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking something special that Tro gave me.
Oh.
It is the BT Kentucky.
Oh, man, some Buffalo Trace,
but it
huh?
is the single barrel.
Oh, smashy smash.
Yes, it's good. It's good. We had a little taste testing the other night, and
I'd say
that we did pretty good.
I'd say so.
I still don't know whether I like it or not, but we had to do the taste test.
Yeah, you got to keep testing.
You got to keep testing.
Just keep swirling it in your mouth.
Exactly. So what are you drinking? What do you got?
I am drinking. So I decided tonight I wanted to be on a tropical island.
Okay.
So I have some agave nectar, if you will.
Oh.
Some sweet tequila.
Bitten by the sweet agave plant.
And I muddled some kiwi and I threw in some pineapple juice and shook that motherfucker up.
Fuck?
Yeah, I told you I wanted to be on a beach.
You muddled some kiwi.
Yeah. Huh. I shook it up. It was really good, actually.
I love kiwi, but do kiwis actually come from a tropical island? Where do kiwis come from?
Probably New Zealand. That's why they call them fucking kiwis.
I don't think so.
Let's find out. They're a citrus. They're a citrus. So therefore, I'm going to go with 95% of this is a roll in the dark usually, right? For us when we're saying shit.
I'm going with Mexico.
You think Mexico? It's definitely
everything's
there's beaches
from Mexico.
There's beaches in Mexico.
Tons of beaches.
Yeah. And beaches.
Like hot beaches.
Hot beaches. There's also some medium beaches too.
Yeah.
Kiwi fruit or Chinese gooseberry.
Oh. Is it from China?
Is the edible berry of several species of woody vines in the genus Actinida. Nidia?
Yeah. Where's the region? Just tell me the region.
That's super helpful. Italy, Japan, France, Chile, Spain, Greece, Israel, Oregon, South Carolina, Florida, Texas.
Oh.
All beaches.
Bro, you better be eating American kiwis.
I mean, I can't tell you where Walmart gets them, but it's probably not anywhere American sourced.
All right, whatever.
We got a loaded cast today.
That was a weird rabbit hole. I don't even know why we did that.
Yeah, so weird.
I haven't even had a drink yet.
I mean, this tequila is really getting me right now. It's tequila Mockingbird. Not really. It's delicious, actually. I don't ever really drink tequila, but like I was just like, whatever.
All right.
Yeah. So we got a full cast today. Some recap coming up. Obviously men's mental health, and then we have some we're going down rabbit holes today.
Yes.
We foreshadowed the shit out of this without accidentally foreshadowing the shit out of this.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. And we will from the looks of things, we're gonna be following that white rabbit for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we better get into this.
Hold on, Alice. Hold on.
Hope you got your teacup, bitch.
Woo, let's go. All right. So last week we brought Doc on the podcast. That was awesome.
How fun was that?
Oh yeah, it was great.
You know how many people I had text me saying, "Hey, Doc needs to be on all the time," or "I love his smooth voice."
Oh yeah, it's like so smooth, like it's like butter. So smooth.
Yeah.
It's like he could lull you to sleep. Unfortunately, he's not really like that when you're face to face with him, because it's just usually talking over each other. Is like because
that's what we do.
That's how we are, right? Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, he's as cool as the flip side of the pillow.
Absolutely. And then he got baited right into a rant.
Yeah. Some would call you a masturbator.
Yeah. Well, it's fine.
I
I
mean, for
definitely
as well as you baited him into that, you know.
that fish jumped right in the fucking boat.
Oh yeah, you were a master of bation.
Yes, absolutely. I'll own that today and tomorrow and probably forever.
From here on out.
It's fine. So yeah, that was a great update. We have some we're gonna have him actually we're gonna try to do like I don't know if it's every other week or every third week. I don't know. It all depends on his schedule when he can come in. But we got some other
Big
people that
guy.
needed yeah, we got other people part of the Bearded Viking Meat Company. Hashtag thank you for sponsoring us.
Yeah, we gotta pop their cherry too.
Yeah. And the interesting thing, and this is something that everybody's gonna have, I think everybody's gonna start to realize is we've become better communicators, you and I, because of this fucking bullshit.
Right, we've talked about this. Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit, but it's 100% true. And it's like, you know how like your dog takes visual cues from you to let you know, like, okay, I'm ready to do this. That's exactly how it is now. It's like, especially since we're doing it over the camera, instead of in person.
Yep. I
It's
the meeting that we had the other last night or the night before last or whenever the hell it was definitely a moment for me where I was like, oh, okay. Alex is he's waiting for visual cues and nobody's got their fucking cameras on, dicks.
right. Yeah, idiots.
Anyway, um, so we've got some updates about the Dreamery. Super cool. Number one, we got a building permit.
We do. We're like in the big time now. You
Oh
better watch
shit.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
if your address starts with the first Waffle House in Montana,
you better be running.
you better be ready.
Yep, absolutely. Because if not, well, it's gonna be really weird for you.
I'm importing cockroaches.
I'm just letting you know. So that's really cool. We're still in the process. We're in audit right now for our documentation. We've got most of our documentation completed for the actual state license. And who knows what's going on the federal license because, well, that's a black box that I don't want to play with.
It's gonna be fun though.
I can't wait for it.
It'll be
But
so much fun.
we found a plumber.
Yes,
We have
have
an
an
HVAC
electrician.
guy and an electrician.
Yeah,
Bro, I mean, we're like there.
it's
And I
been a
called the well
decent
guy.
week.
I called the well guy.
Is
We
he
got to let
feeling well?
I like what you did there. I left a voicemail.
So you don't know.
Yeah, but he'll get back to me. He's cool. He did the well at the house here. But we got to go 11 feet deeper for the well, so I'm sure
Oh,
that's going
so
to be
yeah,
$10 million. I'm sure that's going
yeah.
to be that.
Hopefully, there's no bones.
Make no bones about it. We're still moving forward.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure about that. It's just hard when you have a bone in your well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really shitty when you have a bone to pick with somebody about drilling your well.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
I hope everybody fucking is. We'll show
Turned
ourselves
it
out.
off.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody just left the
I'm
chat.
literally just I'm super sleep deprived. I started work at 4 a.m. this morning. I'm like, and I
Yeah.
took all of the naps, and it still sucks.
Yeah, I have a puppy and I took the early shift and the late shift from the wife, right? She took
Ooh,
that middle get up. I took the 1 o'clock and the
like
5 and the 4:30 get up.
like the Firewatch bullshit. Like
Oh,
the
dude.
hour before, fuck it, might as well stay up and do
I
whatever
think
you
I'm gonna
do.
do that to her tonight. I'm just gonna grab her and shake her and then hit her in the face with the flashlight, like with the light,
And
and
be
be
like,
like,
get
"Hey,
up!
you're on watch."
You're gonna get dead. It's been a pleasure knowing you. I'll make
Yeah,
sure that your son
yeah.
grows up to be just a smartass just like you. No big deal.
Just make sure he doesn't play with the flashlight.
Yeah, I'll just keep it away from him. Put the fucking flashlight down,
Put your
Sabretooth.
moonbeam away.
So upcoming events, we don't really have anything. We've got a meet and read that I'm going to go be part of, but we're not really going to all flock to that. So
Yeah, I think I think we're gonna go to some events and
yeah,
shake some babies and kiss some hands, stuff like that. But obviously, we're not gonna be slinging booze or anything like that. But we want to go out and
yeah. I mean,
meet people
with
and
with
talk
this
to everybody.
with as close as we are right now to the finish line. It's I think everybody's all hands on deck on crossing the finish line for the building. So that
Oh
makes
yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. And so
Well, and
Go ahead.
it's gonna be a busy May, right? It's gonna be
Yeah.
like a busy like May, June, July. Like it's kind of at this point enjoying the calm before the storm because it's gonna be absolute shit show.
I gotta pet a fucking shark, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm gonna pet
Like
a fucking
you
shark.
better come back with at least one hand,
I'm
like
going to.
a strong hand.
I'm gonna use the strong hand.
Yeah,
Use the strong
yeah.
hand.
Just stirring the mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. It'll be like the honey will be stirred by Viko's strong hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. No, and then from there, I'll get to go watch lions fight hyenas and hopefully see a leopard and maybe kick it with a cheetah. I don't know. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck's happening.
Why isn't there any casinos in Africa?
I don't know why.
There's too many cheetahs.
Oh shit. Here we go. Here we go. I have jokes. We're on a dad joke train tonight. Fucking buckle up.
You fucking hold on. If you're still
Oh,
listening, hold the fuck on.
old fuck, man. We were both sleep deprived. We started drinking. Fucking what?
I'm
Let's
pretty sure
go.
I'm gonna drink Thursday's share of booze on Wednesday. So,
That's fair enough. I'm probably gonna do the same because guess what? I don't have a 4 o'clock in the morning fucking meeting tomorrow.
oh god, that sounds painful.
You know the fucking thing was terrible about it. So, I've been on this really kind of hardcore health kick trying to get rid of my father figure and just have just a regular
Right.
dad bod. And so like, I woke up this morning. So I went to bed last night at like 10:30, which never happens to me. My body
Oh, that sounds
doesn't
amazing.
yeah, it doesn't make
It
any
sounds
sense.
fantastic.
Yeah, so I got home, I hung out with Hook, got home from the bar, had a couple drinks, and my daughter drove me home. It was like fucking this is great. She's
Oh
getting some
yeah,
drive time and it's like
yeah.
left the bar at 8, got home,
Oh
had dinner,
shit.
right? Like dinner
Yeah,
was
nice, a
done.
nice little Tuesday night. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I sat down in the captain's chair, fucking out cold. And I was like,
All
"Ah,
right.
fuck. I'm going to be like awake now." No, no. After I fucking woke myself up where I felt like I was falling and you get like that, "Ah, what the
Ah.
fuck? Fuck." Right? I go in the bedroom, I lay down, Mrs. is sitting there, she's asleep or she's trying to like turn on TV or whatever. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to keep you up." And I was like, no, not at all.
Nope.
You you ain't keeping me awake. I promise you. No." So I'm out, like, pillow hits the head, maybe 5 minutes later, fucking out cold, right? 3:30 in the morning comes, and I just sit up in bed, wide the fuck awake. And I was like,
Aw.
why am I awake? And I didn't have a meeting on my calendar yet. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like sitting there trying to fucking I started going down rabbit holes earlier today. I'm on
Oh,
Reddit
so you started
and
like
I'm on
this. You started early in the morning,
yeah,
like before the sun came up early.
yeah. And I was like staying away from this super creepy shit because it's fucking the witching hour.
You're right.
Don't need
Yeah,
that
three
shit.
thirty. Yeah, you already woke up at a really weird time.
Yeah. So I'm starting to fall asleep, and then I get this. You have a meeting, and I was like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck you guys. But then I was like, couldn't shut my brain off, so I was like, fuck it, whatever. So then I have this entire inner like dialogue with myself, like,
Right, the inner monologue. Yeah,
yeah,
back and
I'm like,
forth.
is it 4 a.m. in the morning? Yes. Are you awake? Yes. Should you attend the meeting? Yes. How do you really feel about this? I'm really fucking disappointed
No,
with myself.
no.
I'm like, this is dumb. And then I really went down this whole path, dude. Like I got the coffee going. I'm like, okay, we're committed now. I've got coffee going.
Mm,
Fine. Not a big deal, right? Got coffee going. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's problem with you, body. I fed you. I worked you out. I gave you a good rest. We did yoga.
oh,
And I'm
that's
like,
weird.
seriously, having this conversation with myself. And I'm like,
Did you do like hot yoga? You can't just slam past the yoga thing.
oh, no, no.
Did you do
We
like
did.
hot yoga?
I did. I got one of those. It's like a rolling thing, not a mat, not like
Like a foam roller?
not like a foam roller. It's actually a big giant circle. It's about 8 inches to 12 inches, depending on if it's a
Oh,
man or female. Right? Right?
nice.
Anyway, so but it's like really really rigid, and you can actually like it pops my back top to bottom, and then it also has opened up my shoulders really well. Anyway,
Is that all?
whatever.
Is that all that it's opened up?
It's opened up other doors.
Nice.
I'll just leave that be.
All
Anyway, so I'm having this conversation and I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I did everything for you. We're going back to hate and discontent. We're not going to eat healthy anymore. I'm just going to eat
Uh-oh.
like shit. Oh, you're going to. I
Uh-oh.
slept so good when I ate like shit.
Ugh. He
Anyway,
chose violence. He chose
I
violence very early
my,
this morning
I fucking did.
for like
So,
at least a month or two. And then he'd be like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore. I
oh
have to
yeah.
start eating better.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm getting heartburn."
yeah, that's a big thing, right? Like, the older you get, the more heartburn you get. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, enough about me. I digress. Let's talk about the other people in the world. Fuck. Thanks, Ryan, for
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
spilling
no
over
shit.
into a JT rant. God
I was
damn it.
gonna say, fuck.
Mm. Well, a huge part of this podcast is always our mental health and as men and how we work with each other and how we focus on ourselves. And you had some really cool topics this week. But before we get into those topics, I do want to remind everybody that we're not professionals. If we were professionals, the world would be so fucked.
Oh man.
So fucked.
I don't, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you'd be like on the right track.
Maybe, I don't
You
know.
know?
Kinder softer is not really the thing that we do. We're just fucking truthful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people they might be okay. Hearing some truth
Well, yeah.
instead of being all wrapped up in their feelings.
Well, I mean, I like to wrap myself in some things too, but that's usually just a DDT-14 and a whole bag of fucking nope. But anyway,
I, I like chips and cheese dip.
I like that.
I like
Hey,
that.
wait, is that the Inner Mexican coming out?
Yeah, totally, dude. Queso, bro.
Oh, got you. Got you.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I want them tortilla chips and queso. It's the
Facts.
only reason to go to Chili's.
So, when we talk about mental health, man, I think you and I are actually we've come a long way, and I just want to let everybody know, like, when I started the podcast, and then I brought the Jarl, and at first he was really kind of he's a little bit hesitant about talking about it, and it's a classic example of watching an evolution because, like, we talk about it internally with each other, but
Mhm.
putting yourself out there like we do, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a big
especially for
change.
yeah, like when you go from like not talking to people about it to just talking about it, and anybody that accidentally clicks on a video that is clicking on another video that accidentally sees our face and clicks on this video, you
Could you
know,
do that logic one more time?
yeah,
I'm not. I need a
yeah, for
drink while you're doing that.
somebody, okay, for somebody that goes on YouTube, opens it up, clicks on the first video, and then they're like scrolling, oh, click on another video, and then they're like, what the fuck? Click on us, because we got to be like third down the line, right?
Or
Or
like
something.
40th, or like
Yeah.
200th,
I
something.
mean, when you go on YouTube, dude, you never come out like the same. You either
Oh,
like want a new car, a cool new toaster, or to buy a chicken coop and start a farm or something. I don't know. Like YouTube's a weird place.
facts. Yeah,
But
man.
it's just like, yeah, like so we went from like not talking about it with the exception of like our friends, our friends, family, sometimes when we've had enough drinks around the campfire or something, to talking about it to just the random clicker, right?
Yeah.
Or just the random listener on Spotify or however you intake the podcast or whatever. But
Yeah.
so that's kind of a weird thing, right?
I
And
Well, I think that everybody can look at you and see, like, that you've evolved into the same exact thing that we're preaching about and that we're talking about. Like, when you first started, it was very rigid and it was very kind of this weird thing. I don't give a fuck about my story. My story has been told a million times by me to a million different fucking people. But w- when you came on, you're a very private person in general, and so you opening up and sharing your path has really driven a lot of other people to open up. And that's really cool to see because it means that even though we're not fucking professionals and we're both fucking stupid, we're doing something right.
yeah, like at least once or twice we've done it right.
Yep.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
That and like nobody, like including us, is ever gonna save everybody, right?
Mm-mm.
Um, the message might not come across as clear for some as it does for others. Sometimes you're just put in that right place at the right time for some, for somebody. and or you cross paths with somebody for the right reason, right place, right time
Yeah.
type thing, and I think that's very much our story too. Is kind of going into one of the topics is like finding your place.
Yeah.
I don't think when we first met that you had really found your place,
Yeah.
and it was kind of one of those. It was a stupid, college chance meeting, and I'm like, and I had another buddy that was like, "Oh yeah, he's cool. He talks a lot and stuff." I was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up." But it was like one of those by chance meetings where it's like, okay, I think we're on the same page. This guy's a fucking hippie, but we're on the same page, right? Because you had your baby dreads,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
your
My
little beard.
Coolios. My
Yeah, uh-huh.
Coolios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like one of those by chance meetings, right? And it's
Mhm.
just kind of like, you found your fucking place that you wanted to be, and worked on the things that you needed to work on and wanted to work on, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're both in a lot different places now than we were, almost 10 years ago,
Dude, don't talk like
in
that. Shh.
college.
You
You
keep
know
your
what I
mouth
mean?
shut. We're not that fucking old.
Ah,
You keep your
I
fucking mouth
fuck
shut.
it. What's the math on that?
It's 5, 6 years.
Is it
Six
6?
6 years since we met. Yeah, in
Okay,
college.
well I rounded up a little bit, but
Oh, actually, no, no, no. 7 years because we graduated in 18.
that's right. Okay, yeah. So,
Fuck.
yeah, I rounded up, but yeah, neither one of us are getting younger, but we're definitely in different places now.
Yeah.
And I think that some people, veterans especially, because we don't talk, for the most
Right.
part, they're like you were commenting that I was, right? Just don't
Hmm.
really fucking talk about shit. Just kind of, you know, stone faced about it. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like that, and they kind of float around, not really having a place, or not really knowing that they need a place, or that they'd be happier if they, had.
It's really
Mm,
interesting because you bring that up, and we have a lot of friends that are probably in that space right now, and a lot of people probably know that, right? Like, you know, I equate being, finding your place or being lost to like the imposter syndrome that's out there,
mm,
right?
mhm.
Right? Because and this is what I tell a lot of people, and like I said, I don't fucking know if this is right. So if it doesn't work for you, then try something new. Like tell me something else, because I'm all about like learning.
Yeah, fill us
But
in.
yeah, like listen, it's fine. I'm old enough now that I can listen and I can stop and just want to hear how you battle your shit. And same thing with the Jarl here. But you know, it's interesting where we're at in life because we've been in that place where we've been lost. And you look back and you weren't really lost. You were just working on the mundane daily tasks, right? And when all of a sudden you arrive, and I had this feeling for the longest time, I got my dream job, which I mean, that was a game changer for me.
Mhm.
Like becoming a project manager, I'm really good at it, right? And then from becoming a project manager, I was let go, but I got another job right away. And then I was let go. And it wasn't because of my performance or anything. It was because the economy was doing this fucking weird ebbs and
Yeah.
flows thing, right? And then I got laid off right before Christmas. And I didn't even stress anymore because I was like, whatever, dude, I've got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure
And
this out.
yeah, and it's not a big deal. And then um, I got the job I'm at now, which I've been at for 5 years. And um I still have moments where I'm like, do I fucking deserve this? Is this okay? But then I look back and I'm like, oh no, no, you fucking earned it. Remember all the hard times that you got here, right? And that's the finding your place piece. It's you're literally working through those pieces to find how you're going to win. I mean, I'm sure that you have a similar story.
Well, it's kind of like what you said, like your dream job, right? You got your dream job, you got your
Mhm.
dream opportunity and stuff. But I think at least for me, dreams change frequently and
Always.
often. But I've worked the same place for 13 years, something like that.
Forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
forever.
forever. But I started at the very bottom, and now I'm where I'm at now. So it's not like I haven't paid my dues and put in the work
What was
and
it
got
like to
my
be a Walmart greeter? Was it fucking
bro.
cool?
I have charisma. I used to hand out stickers, and
Man,
all the old chicks loved me, dude.
fair enough.
So great first job
Love
out of
it.
the Marine Corps,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think like your dreams change, and I would definitely say that what I do now is not my dream job,
Right.
but it is a job that has kind of molded and shaped a lot of who I am, how I work, and the things that I do know. And I've met some really, really cool individuals along the way. And I think that more than anything, the people that I've met doing what I do
Hmm.
has kept me there, has made me want to stay.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find an impact in what I do every day when it comes to veterans, but I know that at least there's a handful of us that are trying to do the right thing all the time, that are
Right.
trying to save money, trying to follow the law, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And really now it's time to move on, right? Those dreams change. Like this has been stability forever. And having that stability is just freaking insane, right? You never have to worry about anything, the
Yeah.
ebbs and flows like you had to worry about with your being a project manager. And now, dude, like I'm like, okay, we cannot get that license and that building and everything up soon enough. That way we can
Yeah.
just dive full retard into bearded Viking and
Yeah.
just go, right? And
Yeah.
have our fate be in our own hands
It's a
and
it's a
everybody
crazy.
else's liver.
Yeah, fair enough. I love that part. But it's a crazy thought. And honestly, really thinking about it as we're talking through this, I think finding your place is finding your crew as much as it is finding your place in the world, because you surround yourself with the people that you either emulate, right?
Mhm.
Or that challenge you to be better. And our crew, the Bearded Viking crew, we've got a crew of people that literally will challenge you on anything at any moment to
Yeah.
be better. And like sometimes it's kind of a dickish challenge, right? Because we're fucking men and we don't have fucking kinder,
Yeah.
softer feelies,
Yeah. It's like, oh, I
right?
bet you won't take that shot, you
Yeah.
bitch.
And then I'll just hand it to you, and the next thing you know, you're in a prayer circle outside of some place in
Yeah.
Texas and
Fucking, it's
crying and
awesome. I'll
throwing
take
up.
it. I'll take it every fucking day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, but the thing is, when you look at finding your place, if you don't look around, and here's the thing, I'm not worried about financial success, and I'm not talking about any of those kind of tangible things. If you don't look around your friend group and find people that can give you a diverse opinion,
Mhm.
who also support you and empower you to be better, then you're in the wrong fucking place and you need to find a better place.
Well, and I think so. We're around a lot of leaders,
Yeah.
especially with the bearded Viking, and there's if you're the one that's constantly being followed all the time by a bunch of people and constantly being looked up to, you might not be in the right group. Like because you're not being challenged, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to be challenged, you have to be around people that are, different from you, that lead differently,
Mm.
that, try and empower you and push you to do better. Because if you're not constantly striving, you know, and we you're doomed for mediocrity, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
And
well, that's being that right there is an example of another main piece that ties into this, and that's just being lost, right? Me being
mhm,
being just existing. Uh, I don't know what's going on in the world that we live in now, but it feels like there's this kind of thing where people just set in and they just said, "Fuck it, I'm cool with being making $42,000 a year and living paycheck to paycheck," and they make
Hmm.
excuses. And here's the thing that sucks, right? So you have young men who are getting out of the military or who are growing up in this realm now, and they literally prefer playing video games to work. Yeah, no shit. Everybody fucking wants to do that, right? But you're
Yeah.
settling into a complacent mentality. You know, we had we've always had a methodology overseas when we were battling, which was complacency kills. And yeah, it gets everybody. Like nobody misses it. It fucking gets 100% of the people 100% of the time. Jocko Wilk has even talked about like complacency and how that's got him. David Goggins, or he's fucking talked about complacency and how he overcame it. Well, here's the thing, right? So in the world, and I don't actually understand this mentality anymore, right? Nothing's given to you, not a fucking thing, right? And I'm gonna go on a diatribe here, so feel free to send me a fucking smoke signal if you need to, right? But here's the thing, right?
Caw.
Right? So 2015, I was fucking homeless, right? Absolutely homeless. Had nowhere to live, nothing. It was the second time in my life I was homeless. But I just kept fucking working, right? I'm working on myself, and I wasn't a good person back then. Not at all. Like if I had met that person today, I would punch that motherfucker right in the mouth because I wasn't a good person. But I kept working on myself. And at the same time, I kept finding other things that I could do to win because I had kids and I had a life. But if you don't have kids, you still have a life, right?
Yeah, and there's still stuff to live for, right?
Yeah, always.
It's like don't punch your fucking ticket. You don't get to punch your ticket, you know.
No, no.
And yeah,
It's
I mean,
it, so being lost, in the world and being stuck in this complacency realm. Like I've been there. You've been there. It's like I don't really have to go to do anything else different, right?
well, and I think it grabs all of us in different times and different stages and stuff like that. Because I don't think there's any remedy, one good remedy that's gonna just knock everything out all at once. I
Probably
think
sex. Sex would.
this is complacent. What if you're in the JFK? You're just doing the JFK, man. You don't have to do any work. Just
Um, that's kind of seems a little bit morbid, man. Is it like
no,
in a
no, no. Like because he
in a
had a bad
court?
back. He had a bad
Uh,
back, so he's always had to
oh,
go to the
I
morgue.
oh no, yeah, of course, yeah. He had a bad back. He was a
God,
stiff
yeah,
in the
yeah.
morgue.
Oh God, you're gross. I see where you
That's
went.
fucking terrible.
Yeah. Huh.
You're welcome.
Weird. You'll need to unlock your iPhone. Anyway, um, so yeah,
Thanks, Siri. Appreciate you.
yeah, that was weird. She heard me say JFK, and apparently Siri turns on.
And then all of a sudden you have some fucking bumping beats from Will Smith.
There's,
Here comes the Men in Black.
dude, seriously, there's gonna be like some old Ford sedans that show up on my door now just because my phone. So, fucking dumb. So yeah, it's just we all get stuck in it, right? And there's no good remedy. There's no one thing, and sometimes you don't see that you're there and that
Yeah.
you're lost and you're spinning your wheels until somebody else comes along and tells you, "Hey, dude, like you're spinning your wheels. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're smarter than this, or
Yeah.
whatever it could be." And sometimes you just get in that spot where you don't want to be challenged
Hmm.
because life is easy. You're just kind of showing up for it, and you don't have to do anything. And I think that I'll admit, I think before we started doing this, I definitely had a solid touch of, well, this is easy. Like I can show up every day, do this, knock
Hmm.
everything out, and then just go on doing whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But then we started the whole trying to build a company type thing, and it's not. It's seven different kinds of smoke all the fucking time. You know what I
Bro.
mean? There's
Yeah.
something happening always. Like, and we haven't even opened up the doors. We don't even have fucking doors yet, and
No,
there's
no, we do.
still
We
shit.
have doors. They're sitting
No,
in
we have
in Doc's
a door, right?
we
A
in
door.
Doc's garage. It's a really big fucking door.
Okay, I take it back. So we just don't have a roof up or walls or anything.
The things that hold the door up.
Yeah. We have the door, so, and no welcome mat. But
Never.
yeah, I'm still getting shit because I threw the welcome mat away. So yeah, I think I think that I was stuck in that, and now we can't, right? We have to be doing
Yeah.
things and hooking and jabbing all the fucking time about different shit. Like you,
I,
uh,
I think it's
you can't be
interesting.
complacent now.
I think it's interesting because you've seen the evolution from every one of the members of the Bearded Viking Company and how they've gone from this is my dream to okay, now we're on calls and we have to do this. And people are giving me timelines that they're making up for themselves now, which is interesting because before it was like pulling fucking teeth.
Hmm.
But you can like take that and you can quit it, right? So here's the reality, right? So that's our passion. It's our retirement plan. It's all the things that we want to do. And one day we're gonna sell a bottle of mead when we get a fucking
One day,
license. One
one
fucking
day.
day. Cannot wait. But like the reality is when people get stuck in that rut, they have to find a way to move forward. And here's the thing about change, right? You have to have some sort of catastrophic event. And not catastrophic, by the way, is not negative. It's not positive. It's just a statement word, right? And
Yeah,
you have
it's
to
a
have
verb.
some. It's yeah.
I
You have
think
to have
it's a
some.
verb. It's a verb, right?
It's an adjective.
Adjective.
Yeah.
An adjective that can be a verb, I guess.
I'm just no, there's a catastrophe and a catastrophic event.
All right.
Two
Well,
different words.
tomato, tomato.
Anyway, fucking thanks for the grammar lesson, mom.
Yeah,
Um, not you, but my mom actually. Not really.
yeah. No,
Um,
no.
anyway, but here's the thing: like when you're in a situation, right? People don't change unless they have to. I'm sorry, there's just not a thing that happens. And so if you're lost and you're stuck in the mundane and you're totally okay with it, you have to find a reason that it's going to empower you to change. Because change is fucking hard, man.
Well, yeah, and you have like you change is fucking scary, right?
Yeah.
Change is like forever scary. And
Yeah.
especially after I got out of the Marine Corps, I did not like change, right? Super against it. Now I'm just like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's figure this shit out.
Yeah. That's just the
And
nature of the bullshit that we've been
yeah,
through for the past 2 years.
and I feel like I do this dumb shit to myself now, right?
Yep.
The dog being the most recent example. And I'm like, oh, life's just too easy around here. I'm gonna get a fucking dog. I'm gonna get a 10-week-old puppy that I have to raise like a little kid and train and start doing all this shit all over again. And I'm like, it's probably not a great idea right now, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. Just, you know,
Yeah.
it's
And
fucking dumb. So now me and my wife are getting our ass kicked by this tiny puppy because it can only hold its fucking bladder for like 2 hours at a time.
you did the puppy thing. I did the master's program. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what sounds really good? Besides running a full-time day job, working full-time in the evening for free, just try to start a business,
Right.
and having a falcon that you have to go fly and bees you've got to keep. You know what else sounds really fucking good? Let's do a master's program.
Let's go back to school.
Let's finish it up. And and obviously being a partner and also um, a dad now, full-time dad, um, with my daughter moving in. Yeah, I do it to myself too. But I feel like anytime that things get even, right? It's okay to catch a breath,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
But if you're not doing something that keeps you alive, then what the fuck are you doing?
Well, and it's like the stressors. I think sometimes the stressors are what move you forward, right? Because you're like, fuck, got through that. That, adjust the rear view mirror. You just fucking made it through, bud. So on
Yep.
to the next thing. You know what I mean?
And
And I think that's the whole, finding your place and being lost. That can get you through it. You're gonna get through this.
yeah.
And I just recently saw this guy, and he's like, "You've made it through 100% of all your worst days." And I was like, "Oh, that shit's pretty fucking true. That's a good statement."
That's like pretty fucking deep. He's obviously a well-read person, right?
No, he was probably
He's a
high as shit. He was
fucking
like,
scholar.
"Yeah," and it was just like some random guy, like on the, it was like an Instagram video or something like that, and that was all he was. It's like, and it was, you know what it was? It was I forget his name, but it was an Indian guy,
Okay.
and he was like Feather, not Dot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah, no. Did you sent that to me,
I
right?
sent it to you, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
wasn't that it was like the most profound shit ever?
Yeah.
And I was like,
And he was
and
just
it's
like,
the
keep fucking winning, bro.
yeah, it was the dumbest negative positive thing ever, right?
Yeah.
But and it's obvious, right? You're just stating the obvious, but you're stating the obvious in a really profound way.
Yeah.
And yeah, from now on, you've definitely made it through 100% of your worst days.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And
It's a weird thing, right? So, I mean, I guess the moral of the story, and not to harp on this all too much, because we know that you guys you're just here for the fucking laughs and giggles about the paranormal
for the
bullshit.
paranormal,
You know,
JT
and I
getting
hope
scared.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna be scared tonight. I ain't got nothing to be scared about tonight. There's only one thing that fucking scares me in this world. This is it. Um, but it's dark outside, so we don't need to fucking talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's I think the thing you can take from this, right? From us, and if you want to take it, if you don't, that's fine too. Laugh and fucking giggle and all the things, but just know, like, number one, find your place, find the people that are around you that you need to have around you that are that challenge you, have healthy conflict, and then also help you grow. And then number two, if you're stuck in a rut and you're doing the same fucking thing and you're eating McDonald's 16 times a week because you and your spouse don't want to go, you don't want to cook, and you have, newborn or whatever it is, and you're just stuck in a rut, challenge yourself to do something new. And if you want to, you can feel free to call me or Al, hit us up, and we'll give you some sort of fucking weird ghost fucking thing to go hunt down for us. Like, I'll send you down whatever rabbit hole you want, dude.
I think there's a
I
new
give.
one every week.
There's always a new one, right? So, but find a passion and chase it. I think
Yeah,
that's really it.
it's not going to be easy. I
No,
think that we're we've become pretty successful, right? There's definitely more successful people out there than us. There's people that
for
aren't as
now.
successful. Yeah, but that's the thing is for now. Yeah, just fucking wait.
Yep.
But you know what? I can guarantee you, whether it happens or it doesn't happen, we're still going to be the same assholes
Mm,
when you see us on the street. We're not. Nothing's going to change.
yeah.
And but yeah, definitely find that group, find those people that challenge you in a good way, challenge you mentally, challenge you to get better and do better. And sometimes if you're a scary looking hard headed dude like some of us, and people don't want to challenge you, then you find somebody else. So
Come hang
find
out with
people that are
us.
gonna yeah, find people that will challenge you.
100%. If you think you're a scary looking hard headed dude and you want to fucking come and nobody's gonna challenge you, just join a meeting with us. I swear to
Just
God.
come hang out.
Just 5 minutes and you'll be like, okay, I'm fucking challenged. I'm good.
Fuck this, I'm out of here.
These guys are also super challenged.
Like short bus challenge. Like how
Yep.
big was the bus that you're going to school
3 windows.
today? Damn, that's a big bus.
Oh man. So, dude, we haven't had a real paranormal conversation. So, like, we had leprechauns last week.
Yeah, we
And
kind of
we
took a break from the scary stuff for a
Well,
minute,
I
right?
mean, no, this is the shit Ryan was saying was pretty real, but it wasn't like very in depth. Like
Right.
Doc
What
was
blew
talking
me away is he had the
super.
same type of experience as I did.
Yeah, so I mean, we're just drawing parallels left and right, dude. It's fucking
Yeah, it's really
whatever.
weird. Yeah, I thought I was the only person that I knew of that had an experience like that, but I don't know what the fuck mine was. Mine wasn't like a protector of anybody because I was in the barracks by myself, you know.
Maybe you were sleeping on her fucking mouse, her fucking favorite whatever.
Fucking mouse shouldn't have been there. It's my bed.
I mean, for maybe
I don't know.
whatever.
I had a pretty clean room.
So we got a weird stack today. We're gonna go down some fucking all the rabbit holes, and I hope you buckle up, Alice. Let's fucking go. Grab your teacup,
Oh yeah.
grab your Cheshire cat. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, so you've been bringing up this shit called The Back Rooms. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's I had never heard of it before you started talking about it, and you said your daughter looped you into it.
Yeah. And now it's a fucking
And
topic of conversation all the damn time.
yeah, so now you tell the
I get I,
people.
I
Yeah,
get to
you're gonna have to
explain
explain.
it.
You're gonna have to explain this one because
Okay, so
eh,
today's theme in paranormalness is interdimensional bullshit. Dun dun dun.
yes,
Okay, listen. So we all, I think everybody who listens to this podcast who actually believes with us is that we believe that there's some sort of interdimensional travel that happens for a lot of beings, whether they're ghosts or they're Bigfoot or, you know, your mom. I don't fucking know, right? There's things that happen and whatnot. So the way that you can best explain the back rooms. So this is all theory. Here's the reason why it's theory. Only like 3 or 4 people have made it back from a back room. And what a back room is it's a basically a warp hole, whatever. It's a hole
no,
in
like a
the
wormhole.
warp. Yeah, wormhole. Thank you. Yeah, warp hole. Whatever. I'm not a Star Trek nerd. I don't fucking know.
I'm just
Eh,
saying the Star Trek nerd just guided you. Okay, I'll be your Sherpa on this interdimensional
You'll be my.
quest.
I need you to be my Worf.
Oh, dude, Worf is the man.
Yeah, be my Worf. It's
All
fine.
right.
Okay. So basically, what happens is there's a wormhole or some sort of thing that just happens with the space time continuum, and you'll trip and fall, and you'll end up in this what they call the back room, which is a room or that not really a room necessarily. Maybe it is, but it's defined as an office building space where it's kind of familiar but kind of not, where the lights are on and they're kind of flickering, right, and whatnot. And you're like, I've been here before, but then you can't get back because the wormhole closes behind you. So that's a theory. There's like 3 or 4 people that said that they've been through it. And of course, I'm a skeptic on this one because how the fuck do you know what's on the other side? Three
Yeah,
or
and
four people?
yeah, who
Are
are
you
these
guys
three or
fucking
four people?
well, so that's always that whole thing, right? So here's the thing though. So as the years have gone on, more and more people have been going through these things and coming back. And they've started documenting different experiences they had. So there's like this ideology that the back rooms is a giant fucking office building for whatever reason.
Are they like jumping out of the Matrix?
I don't know, man. Here's the thing. They're saying like some people say that they go into these back rooms and they come back through after they're being chased by different crazy random cryptids.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this is Doom. I've seen this. I played this fucking video game.
It reminds me of like LARPing. You know how people like go on like Reddit and do that shit and they're
The
like
live action
LARPing.
yeah.
Yeah, the live action role playing, or like they go and like live action role play like Dungeons and Dragons, or and they go sword fight in the park and shit.
Yeah.
And or even like the cosplay stuff like that. Sometimes people like dress up and like LARP with the sorry, got my podcast dog in here. Um, yeah, and they go through the whole thing, and they just start typing stories, because they have cheese ball dust on their fingers and they're like all sweaty,
Listen,
and that's what they do in their mom's basement.
I don't think this is a Code Red Mount Doom moment.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
Because
sure.
what you sent me and what I was reading, it seemed a whole lot of like Code Red Mountain Dew.
Listen, I, I'm a big fan of Code Red Mountain Dew. Um,
You look like a Chad, actually.
well, I was a Chad for a while, and now I'm just a JT and a Viko and fucking whatever else y'all call me, a Karash or some shit.
Chad
Anyway,
Chad Koresh.
fucking guys. Anyway, so um, the here's the thing. So I'm in this conversation all the time, and I've done some research on it, and it's like really hard for me to be like, hey, this thing's real, and but this other thing isn't, right? So I believe 100% there's interdimensional travel and interdimensional beings. I believe that 100%. There's a story that I read where there was a doctor down in Antarctica, and
That one
they
always gets me, dude. Antarctica,
oh yeah,
like the
so
trip.
just wait for
Yeah.
this shit, right? So I'm reading a story, and then I get linked to a YouTube video because why read when you can watch, and then watch the video, then go back and read, and things make fucking way more sense, right?
Wait, so you're not like Ryan, where you just bought the Playboy for the articles?
No, no, no. I like to look.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
centerfold. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
So so it opens up as um there's a doctor down at one of the base camps down there, whatever, where they're a collaborative effort, right?
Right, right.
And this doctor, so all the base camps still have like security that's all around them, and they're
Which
typically
is really fucking weird, right? Like, what do you
unite,
need
yeah,
security for?
United Nations security for, wait for it, scientists who are investigating weird shit that happens down there. Not fucking polar bears. No, polar bears are north. Not penguins, right? Not fucking killer whales or belugas
Like,
or fucking narwhals.
what are we studying down there, right?
Why do you have to have a full arsenal to protect scientists down there? Like, what is it, right? So the story goes, this doctor starts having these people that were out on expedition, these not not scientists, but these actual like security forces people go out
Hmm.
on expedition, and they're going and they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing, which we all know is looking for whatever the fuck's down there, right?
It's got to be like Inner Earth, right? They're just going down
Well,
to Inner Earth and coming back.
you'd think, right? But here's the thing, they keep coming back and their arms are ripped off and they're beat up real bad and they've got like freaking blunt force trauma to the fucking head and they're dead. And this doctor's like, I kept being instructed to write down cause of death, hypothermia. So he starts looking
Uh,
through the records, right?
uh-huh. It's a lot of
And
hypothermia that happens down there.
everybody down there has hypothermia, right? Well, he leaves because his access is being restricted. The last day he's there, he takes a picture of a fucking giant spider, like a fucking
Mm,
8 or 9 foot tall spider,
I think I've heard this.
right? And so he takes a picture, and it's from far away. So of course, like
Is
it's
it
like
real? It's like a
it's
grainy Sasquatch video.
yeah, it's like Mitch Hedberg. What Mitch Hedberg said. He said
Uh,
basically, R.I.P. by the way, but he's like, I don't know, but it seems to me that everybody's getting these pictures of Sasquatch, and he's just always out of focus. There's just an out of focus critter running around the woods, scaring people.
right.
Yeah. Well, so he's leaving, takes a picture, and on the flight home, he speaks to one of the security forces. He calls him a soldier, whatever. Tomato probably is a soldier. I don't
Yeah, I
fucking
was gonna
know.
say I think there is like army detachments and shit down there because
Well,
it's like army cargo planes that are dropping shit off, like
yeah. So
supplies.
so he talks to the soldier and he's like, "You okay?" And the soldier's almost got like shell shock, almost like he's got some PTSD shit. Doesn't really want to talk about stuff. And he's like, "Man, I just saw some weird shit. I saw a giant spiders." And then the soldier goes into this fucking crazy, like stories about how they were there battling like 4 and 5 foot tall fucking spiders left and right, and they fucking overwhelmed their position, and they
Huh.
would run them off. And there's this thought that Antarctica isn't really necessary to take like taking you to center Earth, but Antarctica is the ice wall to take you to what was. All these giant monoliths everywhere that are too big for regular humans to carry. The 4 foot long fucking human footprint that was found recently in Africa. The finger that was found in like the up in Russia. It was so big that they said that the being that would have a human type finger, the being that would have been there, that would have had that would have been 16 feet tall.
Hmm.
It's like,
Yeah, I've
w-
seen, and that's kind of what I was talking about a while back. I don't know if we ended up putting it on the podcast or not. When I was talking about there was like the ice wall, like you were saying. but it was like to a bigger globe. And
Did
I
you hear it?
finally got the
You get
yeah, I got it that time.
nice.
Yeah.
They're
Uh,
good.
but there was it's like a lot bigger planet than we've been told, right?
Yeah. And
And that there is an Asgard out there, and that there is, all these little islands, there is Atlantis out there still. Like there's all these different things out there. And, there's a freaking island that's still got dinosaurs and shit on it. And that's in and they're talking about how like things are coming through the ice wall or getting around the ice wall now, and that's why we're seeing these things that had been, haven't been seen for 50 years or 100 years that were considered extinct, that now they're back all of a sudden.
yep. And now they're back from outer space. No,
It's a terrible song.
it's
It's
a
a
great song.
terrible song.
It's a fucking great song.
Huh.
It's interesting. Here's the thing that's really kind of that's a slippery slope for us, right? Because I, for the longest time, have made fun of flat earthers, and I still will, in an aspect because their explanations are stupid. They're just like, there's just the way that they explain things. They're like, flat earthers across the globe understand that it's just gravity pushing up, and you're
Yeah,
like,
they're like, globe?
and I'm like, listen,
Globe.
guys,
You said globe.
you're defeating yourself here. Like before
Right.
we get started.
I think I'm more of the opinion that it's one still big giant globe. It's just we're only shown and taught a small snapshot of it.
Yeah.
And there's there's something going on with the North Pole and the South Pole, right?
Yeah.
Because it's totally restricted. As a civilian, you can go visit Antarctica, but you can't free roam Antarctica.
Which is weird, right? And here's another thing too.
There's parts of Antarctica it doesn't even snow.
Yeah. I
So,
well,
you know,
like they're like, oh, it gets down to 32 degrees in the summertime. I don't like
it's like
it's
it's like living in
fucking that's
Montana.
fucking shorts weather, bro. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
fucking party.
exactly. Yeah,
I'll
let's
go
go to the
kiss him.
lake.
I'll fucking go hang out with a narwhal, bro. Let's
Yeah,
see what's up.
yeah.
Unicorn of the sea, man.
Just pet them.
Anyway,
Yeah. Huh.
yeah.
I
So,
so the back rooms.
well, here's the thing, right? So circling all the way back, right? So, what if maybe the back rooms aren't fake? Maybe they're just a different dimension. And what if what you're talking about, that ice wall is actually an interdimensional travel piece?
So when I've looked at them and talked or looked at them, like read about it and seen videos and stuff like that, it's always like, do you remember that show? Well, it started out as a movie, right? Stargate.
Yeah,
And then they
SG1.
made a show. Well, they made the show that was SG1, right?
Right,
Stargate
right.
SG1. And they went to all those different like dimensions and places, planets, through the portal, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much now. And there's people that have got kicked out of Egypt and stuff like that because they had these different theories on the Sphinx and the pyramids and all that shit. And that the Egyptians weren't the first ones to build pyramids. And a
Well, they
lot of
weren't.
people are thinking that it's probably from the Yucatan or somewhere in like the Russia or like Bulgaria or something like that.
Mhm.
And that these people like migrated around because these were these big power stations that they were able to take the ether out, kind of like what Tesla was doing, right? Tesla was
Yeah.
trying to give everybody free power, and then he got sabotaged and shut down by Morgan Chase, and
Mhm.
because it would have taken the oil industry out even then, because kerosene was the huge uh, thing that they were using to light homes and
Yep.
power things. And if he would have given free energy that was harnessed through the ether and it came from the ground in the air and had these substations, there would be no reason for.
So do you think that so we've talked about like time travel's now been proven to be a viable thing, that's still actually not been unproven even today now.
Mhm.
Um, Do you think that cold fusion is actually was a thing and is still a thing that links into those?
I don't even think so. Cold fusion probably is a thing, but I think it's unnecessary, right? In my non-scientific chain of thought, right? Because I have a book on my shelf right here that is like a compilation of like Tesla's diaries and stories about Tesla. And I've watched a bunch of shows and things like that on Tesla and the things that he did and the numbers and things that he was into and that were important to him. And like his thing was like if people only knew the importance of 369, then they would unlock, the gateway to the universe.
Damn,
And
you're fine.
I mean, you just unlocked that.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, so the reason why I say I don't think it matters if cold fusion was real or not is because if we could harness the power from the Earth's magnetosphere and the ether
Mhm.
to power everything, then that's an unlimited supply of power, right? The power never goes out.
Right,
You
right.
always have a source of power. So there's no reason for power lines because the power is going through the air. The power is working like Bluetooth,
Mm.
essentially.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you're not hurting anybody or irradiating anybody like you are with Bluetooth because you're using the Earth's natural magnetosphere and power to
Yeah.
power things.
Well, that goes into like, when that's really kind of what generated those stargates. And they actually have like things out there, monoliths that they believe were stargates. There were things,
Right. That have
right?
like you can't even put a paper between the blocks and shit like that.
Yeah. So
There's
that's
so much shit in South America, dude. South
well, there.
America is just insane.
Well, I was watching a thing on Easter Island today too, and about the giant monoliths there, the big giant heads and everything else, and like
Hmm.
what it would take to do those things. And there's a lot of theory and whatnot, but they're saying that Easter Island predates Gobbledygook
Oh,
now
really? I didn't know
by
that.
thousands of years.
Well, and people are saying that like, oh, they cut down all the trees to move all the moai. I think they're called
Yeah,
moai, the
why? Yeah, yeah,
statues.
yeah, yeah,
And they're like, dude, that's not even possible because these things were so heavy that even if they were using trees as rollers to get these things in place, it
yeah.
never would have worked out.
The biggest one is 82 tons.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me
ridiculous.
82 tons.
That's a lot of pounds.
Yeah, that is so many, a lot of pounds.
That's
That's
insane.
116, what is it? 82, 164,000 pounds.
That's
That's moving my
fuck that.
house, dude. That's moving
No,
my
your house,
house.
that's like more than a house.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing like my brain can comprehend, right? But like, so they're saying that
That's
those are the
like
things.
that's like an arena.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
heavy as shit.
yeah, yeah. It's like all of the Teslas ever.
Right? It's like one big Kennecott mine dump truck.
Yeah. It's a lot.
That's fucking heavy.
Yeah, dude.
That's a
And
lot of rock. You're not moving that with some trees rolling on the ground.
you ain't doing that with fucking just dudes. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck
yeah,
how big you
pulling
are.
it. Yeah. Well, and there's
They were
like
they were saying you could they did a mock-up of one of the smaller ones, and they had it where it didn't have
I
its
saw
legs,
that.
and they
Yeah.
walked it back and forth, and they're like, we did this we did about 8 feet a day with 16 people, and I was like, no, what?
No.
No, you
Hell
fucking
no.
dumb. It's not real. They were
Well,
fucking put there by fucking out of space shit.
have you seen the Coral Castle?
Mm,
So I think it's down in Florida, and it was an older guy, and he bought all this land, and he legitimately built this big coral castle thing that people can go walk through and stuff like that. But he only worked on it when people weren't around or at night, and he never hired contractors or anything like that, and nobody ever knew how he got it done, right?
okay.
And the growing theme is that he figured out how to vibrate, how to create that constant vibration using sound to levitate these stones into place. So, like, you go up to lift like a piece of coral rock. It's not extremely heavy, but these gigantic slabs of the
Right.
coral rock gets fucking heavy, right?
And they're awkward as
So
fuck.
yeah, and you'll just like slice your wrist open
It's fine.
because it's
Bleed out.
coral rock. Yeah,
And coral's fucking terrible.
yeah. It like will grow inside of you. I'm pretty sure I still have a piece of coral growing in my foot from Japan. Um,
Yeah.
but so they're saying like, okay, the only way that he could have done this with like is with huge machinery and equipment. And this is back in like the 50s and 60s or something like that. And they're like, there was never any equipment there. There was never any heavy anything, cranes or anything like that. So the theory is that he learned how to use sound and vibrations to levitate this stuff and move it into place.
Wow.
And that's been a proven theory that you can move stuff with vibrations and sound.
But only the
So,
good vibrations.
oh, yeah, the good vibrations.
The good vibrations.
All right.
We're there.
Yeah, we're in there. So, I mean, I think there's a whole lot out there. I think we're a lot dumber now than we were 1,000 or 2,000 years ago.
Dude, I actually was just about to make that same exact comment. I'm like, do you think that humanity, for all the evolution in quotations, that we're doing with technology and everything, that we're actually really truly devolving?
I think we're dumb as shit now compared to how we used to be.
True, I agree with that statement on for many, many reasons that we won't get into here.
Right.
But you and I are on the
Like
same page on it.
building things out of, metal, building these gigantic skyscrapers and stuff wrapped in glass. Yeah, that's an engineering feat, but they're not going to be there in 500 years.
No,
They're
these
not going to be
monoliths.
there in 300 years.
No, these
All,
monoliths, they're out there. I mean, like you said, these monoliths are so engineered and exactly the same. It's crazy. So you go with the Moai, right?
mhm,
So in Gobliatek, they have very similar, one, writing, and two, statues or pieces, like we call them mini Moai, right?
uh-huh.
And that was They're estimating it was about 10,000 years later that Gobliatek was made.
That's seeing that
That
I mean,
doesn't
and that's
fucking
high
math.
that's high desert too, right? The altitude at
Yeah.
Göbekli is like insane. I think it's at like 10,000 or 11,000 feet
Yeah,
where that is.
it it's fucking
It's
crazy.
yeah.
It,
I
it makes
mean,
no sense. You're not gonna like, and the thing is if you look at the sculptures next to each other, I'm calling them sculptures because I don't know what the fuck they are.
yeah, they're
Right?
monoliths.
They're giant chess
Monoliths.
pieces. Fuck,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so if you look at them, they have the same hand shape around their waists. It's carved the exact same. The
Yeah,
faces are
there's a
very
lot of the same.
similar, right? And the Sanskrit or whatever you want to call it on the walls is very same. It's very interesting, right? So here's a question with the conversation of those back rooms and everything else, right? So we talked about the back rooms, and I'll get into that again in the future when I do a lot more research. But here's the thing: I honestly think that there's an interdimensional being, or there are interdimensional beings that transmit through time. They migrate through the time space and continuum. They open portals and they leave them open, right, when they come through, so they can get back. They
They get
mark
back
them,
home. Yeah.
yeah, and we fall through them, and that's what the back rooms are. And sometimes you get back, and sometimes you don't, right? And then other things are that's probably how all these things are moving around. Like you start looking at it, and you start seeing now all of a sudden in the past year and a half we're starting to see a huge influx of giants everywhere. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the earth, like they're being documented left and right, and people want to cover them up. And I don't ever want to meet a giant because apparently they're psycho and
Yeah.
crazy and they'll murder me.
Apparently, they're not very nice.
Yeah. So, um, so it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm thinking like there's got to be like a way to travel. We brought out the Stargate, and there's known Stargates or things that look like Stargates that could possibly have been a Stargate at some point.
Then how
And
about like these portals that people are saying open straight up to Mars
well, yeah, exactly. That's what
or
I'm saying.
different places on Earth, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I sent you that fucking video where Mars rover's been in this area on Mars over and over and over again, and they hadn't seen anything, and all of a sudden there's a fucking doorway, like a
So
giant doorway carved into a rock wall.
so I get conflicted, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that says we didn't actually go to the moon. We can't actually get out of the atmosphere because there's a huge firmament that goes around the Earth, which in the firmament being just a huge layer of water
Right.
that stays in the atmosphere that we can't escape. That we don't have the technology, the horsepower, or anything. It's like flies bouncing off a freaking swimming pool.
We would if we had cold fusion.
Or if we could just harness the, you know, electricity from the earth, right?
Something.
Because we shoot it up and you're just using the fucking energy from the ethers, right, in the universe. But anyway, so there's a whole bunch of people that think we didn't fucking leave the planet, right? We didn't
Yeah.
go, we didn't go we didn't launch anything to Mars. We didn't go to the moon, all that shit. And then there's like the other half that's like, okay, we have a secret space force, and we have a whole bunch of spaceships. There was that guy from the UK that was a computer hacker or is a computer hacker. He hacked into NASA, found a whole manifest of ships that were named a whole bunch of different things, and crew logs and the officers that were on the ships, and none of those ships matched up with Chinese, Russian, American, UK or France or anything. And it was in
Right.
English. It was in English and it was NASA, right? So we have all these names of ships that were named after people that did things in space, the John Glenn and all these things. And NASA finds out, they kicked him out, and then there was this huge gigantic manhunt. They found him, knocked on his door in the UK and brought him to the US. And so you have stories like that where it's like, okay, so we have this secret space force with spaceships that can fly out to the edges of the universe, or our universe, our galaxy, or whatever. And then, there's tons of stories on these, like on Reddit and YouTube and stuff like that, of like these guys that are in like the MDF, like the Mars Defense Force, and then Lunar
Oh yeah.
Station, and like all that shit. So it's like, I want to believe that we have spaceships and we're just being a bunch of assholes and nobody's telling anybody.
That's just because you want to be Jean-Luc Picard, you
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
nerd.
Dude, I am so into spaceships. But in like I see like a bunch of weird shit at Dugway. I hear a bunch of shit at Dugway. And it's just like, come on, there's got to be something. There's got to be something out
So,
there.
have you heard the theory of the Apollo 20 mission?
No, I don't think so.
So Apollo 17, I think, was the last known Apollo mission.
Oh, yes, I have.
So
But tell,
Apollo 8.
yeah, but tell,
Okay.
yeah.
So Apollo 17, I think it was either 16 or 17. I want to say it was 17 was the last one, right?
I think it was, yeah, I'm Googling while you're.
Okay. So Apollo 18 goes up and they go to the backside of the moon. They identify um, an alien monolith on the backside of the moon. They come back. Hey, yeah, that's a thing. We've identified it. Apollo 19 goes up, never makes it back, disappears. No communications, like lose comms. They touch down, they lose comms, everything else. Apollo 20 happens. Apollo 20 goes up, they touch down, and they get really close, and then they fucking bounce, and they come back. I can't remember the astronaut's name, but he's like, yeah, man, I've been to the fucking moon. NASA has never stopped going to the moon
Hmm.
because there's like alien structures there
Like technology and
and
stuff.
technology, yeah. And that's why they think a lot of that's where like the Bluetooth shit came from and all this other stuff, like reverse engineer shit.
Well, and it would make sense, right? Because we're about to do our first moon mission in 2025 again.
Yeah.
We're going back to the moon in 2025, right? So there's no fucking way that in 1972, which was the last time we went to the moon, Apollo 17, you were right, that after that we just lost the technology to go to the moon, right?
Mm.
We lost the technology to leave the utmost atmosphere of the Earth.
Well,
And
so go ahead.
so I'm a firm believer that Hollywood, they put shit out there. They leak shit out in the
Yeah.
movies and everything to
It's
just it's
MK.
really it's truth.
Yeah.
It's MK Ultra bullshit.
MK Ultra bullshit. Yeah.
And there's a show or a movie not too long ago. It wasn't Interstellar. It was Moon something, and they basically went up there and the moon was a base. The moon was a base. It was towed into Earth's
Yeah.
orbit
Yeah.
to protect humans and Earth and everything else. And that's its sole purpose, was to be like its big giant anatomic or automaton that took care of Earth and soaked up impacts. And if you start reading and start listening to stuff, there is a fucking sea hair of a chance that the moon is exactly where it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
the distance that the moon is away from the Earth, there is no fucking way.
That would be that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be that way.
Well, so there's that prevailing theory that is latched on to another one, and I'm just being cognizant of our adventures today. But um, so there's also the theory that we as humans were interdimensional beings, and we did have a portal to Mars, and that Mars is what happens after a World War III or World War IV nuclear fucking Holocaust situation,
Yeah.
and that humans were able to find this path right from one to another. And if you go into like all of the things that people say and whatnot, Mars is the closest to being inhabitable out of all the other, you know, planets.
hmm
You got a giant gas ball on Venus.
So I think that there is something on Venus. Like I've had a weird feeling about it, like since I was a little kid and you learned about the planets.
Mm,
Because there was like, oh, it's this gaseous planet and nobody can see through the atmosphere. It's too much pressure. We can't get anything in there. But it's like, really? I'm like, and then there was a thing that NASA released 2 years ago
right.
that was talking about how Venus might actually be the place where we're getting, visitors from there to Earth, because there is a stable atmosphere underneath like the cloud layer. And they compared it to like Star Wars, the Cloud City,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Lando's mining city, and they compared it to something like that underneath that uppermost atmosphere where all the pressure is. So I'm like, oh man, Venus, I knew about you the whole time. You fooled people, but you didn't fool me. I don't know.
Well, they're finding ice and they're finding bacterium and shit like that. So they say on Mars, right?
They found like waters, like pockets of water
Yeah.
underneath the surface and stuff like that now, is what
Yeah.
they're saying.
I'm like, how the fuck are you guys finding that without fucking going there? You're gonna
Yeah,
tell me a fucking little
yeah.
RC car that takes 10 minutes to fucking move or make a a left turn or right turn is gonna fucking find a pocket of water under the ground? How?
Right, and
Fuck you.
like these little RC cars that were supposed to last for like a year, if not last for like 10 years or some shit like that,
Oh man,
without
the
somebody going
solar.
up there like the solar winds blew the panels off so they can reach. Fuck that, dude. The solar panels on my fucking trailer are like 4 years old and they barely work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fucking stupid. So, I mean, interesting, right? So it's all really good, interesting concepts. With that, I honestly, so personally, I'm gonna go through my real quick rundown. I think that we went to the moon. I think we found some fucking Transformer style bullshit on the backside of the moon, some Decepticon shit there. They fucking murdered some fucking some astronauts, right? Our federal government decided they wanted to be our federal government, the global government, the underlying global government, which whatever. All of them got together and like, okay, yeah, whatever. We won't come back. You got 10
Right.
years to get the fuck out, or
Yeah.
50 years or 60 years to get the fuck out.
Yeah. You need to fucking get the fuck out.
This is your eviction notice. Fuck
Yeah.
off, right?
Don't come back.
Don't come back.
You will
And
die.
unfortunately, we're probably playing with fucking things that we don't want to play with. So that's fine. I think that and that coupled with the ice wall that's down this are maybe in our area, um, and these like leaks of these back rooms, they're all tied together with some sort of interdimensional travel where you can move in and out of different space like a Stargate. And we're having beings come from like these super advanced technological beings come from different areas, and they leave a marker open. They walk through the door. You accidentally stumble through it as you're trying to go to the bathroom at fucking 2 a.m.
I hate when that
Yeah,
happens.
I mean, yeah, right?
I mean, at 2 in the morning and you're drunk, doors are hard.
Yeah,
And you
life
want me
is
to
hard.
survive an interdimensional fucking portal?
Where there's cryptids, fuck you, bro.
Even if I have my gun on me, I'm not doing well.
No, I need to have all the guns.
Yeah, I need like a battle buddy.
Goes back to does firearms kill magic? Don't know yet.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
You come up to me all wizardy, and
Ooh. What if
I
I'm a
bet
wizard?
you,
What if I'm a space wizard?
dude, I don't
And
even
instead
want
of
to.
having
I
a
don't even want to.
wand,
I'm
I have a fucking
terrified.
giant fucking lightsaber.
That's then I use the force and turn the lightsaber off.
Then I
Bang,
turn it
you're
back
dead.
on.
No, dude, I'm faster than you. Like
Not
I'm the
even.
quickest switch
You
guy
were
in the
not
West.
even. You were so
Yeah,
slow. I saw you were
totally,
gonna
dude.
run. You
Dude,
lost a race. You
dude,
burrito
I
rolled.
run like the wind blows. I rolled faster than he ran.
I don't even think. I feel like this is a conversation as if you should be Gimli, the dwarf,
I
because
don't know what that
dwarves are
is.
natural sprinters. Yeah, don't lie.
No, I really don't.
Oh, it's fine. Anyway, so I honestly think
I will leave
that's my
you.
beliefs.
I will leave you with this bombshell. Okay,
Oh, let's go, Kanye.
it's a bombshell. Ready?
Ooh.
I'm about to drop it.
All
Okay,
right, Brittany, bitch, go.
kind of like it's like like how Japan won the World Baseball Classic to get us back for WW2 last night.
Yeah, yeah.
Saying I'm about to drop a bomb.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
So do you know who Ben Rich is?
No.
Okay. So Ben Rich was the second director of Lockheed Skunk Works. Okay. 1975 to 1991. So this guy's seen some shit. He's seen the development of the SR-71. He's seen the development of the stealth bomber, the F-117 stealth fighter. He's all these super stealth, super fast airplanes, right?
Yeah.
The SR-71 is still the fastest airplane on recorded history, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that plane, you could see the sun rise and fall 3 times in a flight.
Hmm.
Fastest thing ever, right?
Hmm.
On his deathbed, and I'm paraphrasing, on his deathbed, he said that if there is a possibility for us to live among the stars and that we have technology, and this was in 91, right?
Hmm.
90, 91 when he passed away. And, or sorry, 95 is when he passed away. So probably 94, 95. And he said that we have the technology to fly among the stars, and the technology that we have far surpasses the stuff that you see on Star Trek.
I'm not surprised.
And at this point, and just for reference, okay, we're not talking about Star Trek Captain Kirk, right? At this point, we're talking about like Star Trek The Next Generation, where the ships are huge, they fly, you know, way faster than light, just
Are there?
crazy shit, right? And
Can
he's
we?
saying that, and I think he said something like 300 years past what we have technology that's 300 years into the future from what we currently have, and the stuff that is in Star Trek, we've far surpassed.
Can I get an X-wing?
Dude, that's slow as shit. Go ahead. They're probably, pennies on the dollar.
I want an X-wing.
Do it. Buy one. Like flying in space can't be that hard, right? As long as you're like pointed in the right direction, because there's really nothing to like crash into.
Right.
But that's real. That's real. Obviously I paraphrased it, but if you go up and you look up Ben Rich's deathbed confession, that's what he had to say. And if we're going to decommission the fastest spy plane ever to grace this earth, there's probably something out there that's faster and takes better pictures,
Fair
other
enough.
than a satellite.
Yeah.
And I know,
there's
and
definitely
I know,
balloons that take better pictures.
I know a guy that used to fly one,
Mm.
and they could count. He said that I can't tell you much, but I can tell you that I could count your shoelaces
That's
from
fucking nuts.
from the the middle atmospheric layer.
Well, so I think that's going to be. I asked Doc; he's going to be joining us again next week.
He's just gonna say it's plausible.
I gave him an out.
It's plausible.
No, I'm owning it. So I'm going to ask him. I told him. He was like, I don't know what you guys read. I'm like, well, it sure is fucking KSL at 3:00 in the morning.
That's true. It's not KSL.
Yeah. So, um, I think that next week we might have to switch a little bit from paranormal, and we might have to do some conspiracy shit.
Oh yeah, conspiracy stuff.
We might have to
Let's
get the boat on.
let's fucking go.
I mean, the conspiracy thing's the boats thing.
Yeah, we'll do like a Friday night, sunglasses, so they can't read our thoughts. Get
Oh,
our
but
tinfoil hats on.
here's the thing: the boat has to show up with a tinfoil hat.
I think
Has
he
to.
has one. Yeah, he has
I
a
know,
pre-made one.
I know he has one. I
Yeah,
was
we
part of the
made him one.
construction. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were OG
It
constructors.
it was very professional.
I think it looked great.
Yeah, it fit his head perfectly.
I mean, it did. Yeah.
It was molded just for him.
And it allowed him to be utilized as a stripper pole.
That's true, because it even had like the little point on the top.
Yeah, he could hold on to it. He could do whatever he
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah,
Yeah, solid.
yeah.
If
And
we start talking about
if
conspiracy
you're
shit,
if
I'm
you're a
fucking
fact chick,
in.
you could have slid around that guy
Oh
like a pole
fucking
anyway.
yeah, he wouldn't even have known though because he was night.
Oh, he was gone.
Yeah. So if we do that though, all of us got to be it. Can't just be the boat. I'll roll up in a fucking tinfoil hat. I don't give a fuck.
Man, neither do I. I'll make one.
Yeah, I'll make a cowboy hat.
I'll
Tinfoil.
have. That sounds awesome.
I'm fucking in.
It's tinfoil hat Friday.
Yeah.
Shades and tinfoil hats.
Yeah. Let's see what's up.
We should do it.
Let's
I think I
fucking
could
try
make
it.
like a backwards facing ball cap out of tinfoil.
I mean, if not, you could just fucking trace this one and fucking put your fucking
Yeah, that's
tinfoil
what I'm
over the
saying.
top.
I'll just put the tinfoil over the fucking hat. Yeah, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be like a father son construction project. Conrad and Sam can help me do a tinfoil hat for the podcast.
I can't wait to hear what the Sabretooth says about it. I gotta come up with a fucking name for fucking Conrad. I gotta come
So
up with something that bugs the fuck out of him that he loves.
so buyers started calling him Chompers.
Chompers, huh?
Yeah, because he bit a kid at school a while
Oh,
back because the kid
Jesus.
pissed him off, and Conrad chose violence and just bit the kid. I was like, since when do you fucking bite people? But yeah, Byers calls him Chompers, and he like says it with like a Jersey accent, so it's like
Chompers.
Chompers, fucking comedy, dude. I love it. So I've been calling him like C-Dub and Chompers and all that shit.
I'm fucking in. I'm in. That's fine. That's perfect. So
fucking Chompers.
I'm so sorry. It hurts so good. Anyway, fuck this dad bod bullshit. New year, new me. Anyway.
We're like halfway through the year.
You can start whatever you want.
Fuck it. New month, new me.
All right. Well.
It's a struggle weekly. I
How
did. Why can't I hear it now?
I don't know.
It was like a dog fart.
Yeah, it's fine. It was far enough away. It wasn't
Yeah,
like right when I've been trying for weeks to get it to fucking be like,
yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't get it. Here, look, I got one. Here, look,
try it,
first,
try it.
first
See?
try, first try. You ready? Ready?
Nope.
Nothing.
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 Nope.
Okay, so I
That
think
was
I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
you got to come down below.
No, no, no. I think it's you got to go slow.
I went slow
I know
every time.
that's why no, you do it like a savage every time.
I am a fucking savage. Makes sense.
Fucking man, that toxic male energy.
Fuck yeah. Get out there, lift shit, put it down, shoot shit, run, do things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't run. Drive places.
Yeah, running sucks. Walk. Walking's free.
Yeah.
Walking is free. You don't have to
Free your
replace like your
mind.
knees
I
and
mean,
hips
if you
stuff.
want to run, fine, but
Yeah,
there better
walk
be a
vigorously.
fucking there better be a fucking bear there if you're
You know
running.
what? If you're a veteran, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm. It's a call to arms, right? I'm gonna throw it out there right now. If you're a veteran and you want to do a walkabout, show up to the Bozeman Irreverent Warriors
Oh yeah,
Silky Hike.
you better fucking show up. So the reason why he says veterans is veterans only. So
It's veterans only,
we're gonna be at the Bozeman Silky Hike.
and we're gonna be at the Salt Lake one.
Yeah, we are. I actually I will be at that one because I don't go to I don't leave
Yeah,
for the adventure.
yeah, no, and I'm. It's a call to arms right now. If you're somewhere in the country and there's an IW hike,
Go fucking
and
do it.
go fucking do it. But more amazingly, if you're somewhere in the country and you come visit us on an IW hike, we're gonna treat you right. We're gonna give you some swag. You're gonna get
Yep.
to hang out with us, and we're gonna get to hang out with you and hear your stories. And I'm gonna talk shit the whole fucking time.
Yeah, you'll actually get to see what it's like when we're both actually face to face with each other because it's two levels of fucking ability to talk shit
Oh yeah.
and then also a whole other different like the Jarl has a completely different style than I do.
Oh yeah. Well, and if you catch us in the same place, chances are, right, I digress. If you catch us in the same room, chances are we're not in the same place.
Facts.
Yeah, we got Viko on one side of the room, and we got the Jarl on the other side of the room,
And we
and
high
we're
five on the way
down.
through.
Yeah, and we're different rabbit holes. But I guarantee you, if I yell from one end of the room, he'll hear me,
Yeah.
and we could have a whole conversation across the big room.
He could literally just fucking like a mouse fart and I'd be
Hmm.
like, I'm in. We're
Yeah,
so in tune right now,
yeah,
menstruating.
yeah. We're so cycled up, the
Absolutely
Menzies.
we are. The Menzies are fucking real. Oh fuck. All right, folks. Well, appreciate y'all joining this episode of the podcast. As always, we like to do a huge call out and shout out to our sponsors. We've got the Bearded Viking Mead Company and everything that they are eventually one day going to do for us because we're them. So
It's
that
getting
makes
excited.
sense. It's getting
Excited.
close. I'm so
Excited.
excited. No, we cannot sell mead. Don't ask, please, because it's frustrating. We know, right?
It's super
So
frustrating.
super frustrating. Uh, again, always Rogue Industries. Thanks for the hats, the apparel, all the cool shit. Hit up Justine because if you hit up the other guy who runs that, you won't get a response. He's too busy with other shit in his life.
Yeah, Bearded Viking has consumed me.
Boss graphic design. Reach out to Rudy. He's got fucking amazing ideas, amazing talent. Just don't ask for scroll work. You're good.
Hmm.
If you ask for scroll work, will look like some Mexican print. It's fine.
And if you hit him up and you're like, "Yo, boat, I need some shit," I bet you he'll give you a discount.
I guarantee you, he'd be
I
like,
didn't
"Oh
talk.
fuck!"
I didn't talk to him about this, but I guarantee if you call him a boat, you get a
And
discount.
and if you're thicker than a Snicker, drop him the snack.
Oh yeah, hit his DMs up.
Do
Get
it,
in those DMs.
of course, of course. And then, uh, we have two veteran organizations we support fully, wholeheartedly. So, Racing for Tomorrow, if you're a veteran and you want to get out, work on some cars, if you want to get out and hang out with some other veterans on a racetrack, or you want to go race and drive and do things, hit them up. Hit
Yeah,
Tyler up.
do go karting too. He's gonna start
Yeah.
doing some go karting stuff.
Yeah.
Get some cool dudes together. I think that we might be some of those dudes that are going to the track. So,
I'm bringing a fucking turtle shell.
dude,
I'm throwing it at you and banana
dude,
peels.
I am throwing banana peels. You're so done.
No, you didn't
Uh,
even fucking know.
I, I'm, you know how I run like the wind blows? Just wait.
You look like a Wario.
It's a Wario.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like it with a W. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the evil Mario. What are you
Yeah.
where the
I
fuck who are you?
I
Anyway,
did.
all
I
right.
played the second one and that was it. Holy shit,
Oh,
you got into
man,
it.
I'm fucking not even on your same level, bro. Come on, go back,
Anyway,
watch your fucking Star
anyway,
Wars.
it's Star Trek, and you
Start
bite your tongue, sir.
listen. I just want
Anyway,
I just want you to go and like, follow, and do all the things for Racing Tomorrow. If you're a veteran, they'll help you cross the finish line of life.
oh, just finishing in first.
Hmm? Absolutely. And if you're a veteran, and you like to be around other veterans, or if you don't like to be around other veterans, but you want to get out there and do great things, go join your local IW. Irreverent Warriors. Man, it's a fun fucking walk. Yeah, you have to walk, but you get a party boy with everybody. Wear
Yeah,
silkies. Be a fucking idiot. You get to
yeah.
literally be not responsible and with
For
people
like,
who are not responsible for like
it
five
is.
hours.
Yeah, it's great. And like the weird NRB, don't worry, everybody has them because it's just the energy in the air. Just
Yeah.
let the NRB happen.
Yep. Absolutely. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't even
yeah.
matter.
Don't even restrict it.
Yeah. Just roll with it. And
Yeah,
if you're just rolling in regular fucking silkies, you're not even trying. Get some fucking American flag ones.
you do it.
We actually
Just
need to get some BVMC ones.
we should. We should. I
Yeah.
know a guy.
I know a guy too.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to his wife to make sure my order goes through.
That's probably a solid idea. That guy can't be trusted.
Fair enough. As always, folks, thanks for joining us on this episode. Hopefully you guys laughed. Hopefully you didn't cry too much. Hopefully you didn't fucking tune us out. And you
Oh,
liked,
thanks for
follow, and subscribe.
fuck
Thank
if you
you
made it to
again.
the end. Thanks for being part of the journey. Hey, thanks for
Absolutely.
listening. Thanks for entertaining our thought-provoking, hopeful thought-provoking content.
Abs- Absolutely. I'm Viko, the bearded one.
And I'm the Jarl. Stay weird, beardos.
Cheers, motherfuckers. Should have known that was going to be a whole fucking thing this today. Rabbit hole after rabbit hole. I don't think
Oh
we
yeah,
hit
who just
anything
went,
we
who
wanted
just
to.
went fucking.
And you know I'm always packing and I can't be slacking when I'm tripping on LSD. And you know I don't really give a damn. My daddy raised me the way that I am. That's why when shit gets thicker, I reach for the shit to drop it down and flip a bird to the man. I ain't got no time to sell. Ain't no way I'm gonna jail tonight. I'm ready to fight. One more strike, I go away for life. That's the man in my rear view. All I see is red and blue. That's right, stepping on the gas. Johnny Law will have to catch my ass tonight. Next morning I wake up to see half my truck wrapped around the tree. I don't know if I've made it, but I know I must have made it waking up young, wild, and free. And you know I don't really give a shit. My daddy raised me to never quit. That's why when things get